record on. It says that. I'm like, alarming. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up. Oh no, you can't record. You can't minimize while you're recording. I'm gonna bring up some questions for you about Ascend, and so we can talk through them. Um, okay, Jess. So first off, I want to will you tell the camera your name and your business and what your business kind of looks like right now and like what you shoot and where you're located and stuff?
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Sargent. I am the owner of Forever Photos Maine. I'm based primarily in Maine, but I am looking forward to expanding and hopefully shooting in other parts of New England, which I'm doing this summer. Very excited about that. Um, I am moving to Portland, so that's where I'll be based. Very excited after May. And then, what other information did you need?
What kind of stuff do you shoot? What's your focus in your business right now?
I am really trying to enter the wedding industry, and I've made a lot of progress with that. So I'm very excited about that. Lots of weddings this summer. I also love doing senior portraits, couples photos. I do the occasional family session, but definitely couples, weddings, seniors, those things are my primary focus at the moment.
Yes, and you shoot them beautifully. Okay, so before you did coaching with me, had you done any sort of coaching before?
I had not done any sort of coaching, especially in like the vein of photography at all. So it's something that I learned a lot from because I decided I was like, photography is something that I'm really interested in. There's so much to learn, and I really want to learn from somebody who knows what they're doing and who is successful and who has the type of brand that I could like only ever like aspire to cultivate. So that's why I
Uh,
came to you.
there you go. You kind of answered that question. Yeah, so yeah, because when you first started, I mean, we were like figuring out your camera stuff. I remember meeting up and trying to figure out what was up with your camera, and now look at you. So, yeah, let me see.
I remember being so frustrated
Yeah.
because the camera that I had, I think it wasn't calibrated correctly, and there was a series of Canon cameras that just I think they were like recalled or something, and my camera was part of that, and so I was like, is it me? What am I doing wrong? And then I got new equipment and I was like, this makes so much more sense. It's clicking now.
Yeah, yeah, literally like once we fixed your gear things, you just like boom, just took off. Um, okay, so did you have any fears or any thoughts before going into coaching with me or before signing up or maybe not fears, but ooh, I wonder if this is for me or what were your thoughts?
I mean, it's definitely scary to invest in yourself financially, especially when you don't know what the outcome is going to be. So that is scary, but it's also a necessary part of growing. And so I went in a little bit scared, but I knew at the end of the day, it's something that was going to benefit me. And I'm happy, very happy that I did because it has benefited me a lot.
Awesome. Yay. What was your favorite part of Ascend?
I loved when we all got together for that like little styled shoot. I thought that was so fun. And I know if I was closer, we would have been able to do more. So for anybody who's considering doing it, it is so much fun to go to those things and to meet other photographers in person and to talk to them and work with them.
Yeah. Yeah, the in-person stuff was really nice. Really good to connect more than via the screen. Um, have you had I know you have had, but tell me some of your big wins that you've had since being a part of the course.
I booked my first wedding, so that's pretty huge. And I've booked a few more since then. Um, and I think just growing my brand and even like growing my confidence as a photographer. Sometimes it's hard to feel like you have a sense of efficacy in a business that feels or in an industry that feels really saturated. So I struggled with that when I first started. And just like feeling like I'm my own independent brand, I'm my own business, and feeling confidence within that. That definitely feels like a huge win to me
Yeah.
outside of the increased inquiries and bookings.
Yeah, I saw that with you for sure. Like I think that was the highlight for me too, was just your confidence in your voice and your brand and your images, just like going out there and working with couples. I mean, you're a super people person anyways, and so just like letting that out was just like so amazing to watch. So let's see. So what did you accomplish during your time together working with me? So, like we kind of talked, let's talk more like inquiries or growth or income or like those sort of more tangible-ish things, I guess.
Yes,
Anything you
you
can think
definitely provided so many great outlines for things when it came to things like contracts, invoices, even how to structure your income. So when it comes time to do taxes, you know how everything should look. You know what your income is, you know what your expenses are. Um, Something else I learned, income tax, sales tax, all those things exist. So
unfortunately.
when you start your own business, those are things you have to be very mindful about because the taxes don't just get sucked out of your income immediately. So you got to withhold it in a separate place.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
Or
so
bookkeeping.
all of those templates were so helpful. And even just like you helping to talk about what a brand should be in the photography industry, because I think when I first entered, it was kind of like, oh, like I can do everything and I can be happy doing all kinds of photography, which still can partially be the case, but kind of this idea of, having a niche and catering your feed towards that niche and believing in yourself enough to have one in the first place. So that was
Yeah.
really huge. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of other things. There were so many. Like one of the biggest things that I got out of the Ascend program was just you being there when I had questions, like whether it was editing in Lightroom, because I was still trying to figure out what my style was going to be, or like camera equipment questions, like what are the right settings for weddings, and for somebody who was just starting out, that was a crucial part of me becoming a confident photographer.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Um,
Sorry, I even forgot what the question was. I just kind of
I think you answered it. You that was great. Uh no, okay. Yeah, I it's a long list. We'll keep going. Because like, yeah, we covered so much. And it was really great. I just was like, I think I was kind of thinking about, wow, we went through a lot of things. Okay, so you've got so much going on in life. You're in school, you've got like home life, you've got so much going on and photography too. So what feels different since like going through coaching and has it impacted your personal life in any way or like other parts of you? Like, how do you feel that way?
I definitely feel prouder to share that I'm part of the photography industry. So like when I meet people or even when I tell my students, right? Like I feel confident enough in my work to bring up my website, and have all the students look at it when they ask what my work looks like. And as far as like personal life and personal connections goes, I have become friends with a lot of other photographers, and I don't feel as though that would have been possible if I didn't believe in myself enough to like go out there. And when you first start out and people don't know your name or your brand at all, you kind of have to reach out to people. You have to be confident enough to say, "Hey, like this is what I've got for year. I'm really interested in entering the wedding industry or the whatever industry. And I really admire your work, so I'd love to work with you." So I think like I believed enough in my abilities to do that. And I've built so many great connections because of that. Like I have, friends in this area, friends in the Portland area, because I'm located in Bangor right now. Um, that like I would go and I would hang out with outside of shooting with them. And then working with them is the best because, we are friends and we have a good relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The photography community is really amazing, and being able to like have the confidence that you have to just reach out because it can be super scary, especially in a new area, like to just say, "Hey, I'm here and I'm a part of this." And yeah, yeah, that's great.
It is so scary.
Yeah, I know it is, but you never know. If you don't try, and you did, and
Exactly.
yeah, it's great.
And
Um,
that's where it was great having you because it's like somebody who has like is such a prominent part of the photographer community, like not only in Maine but in New England, who has like supported you and now can like even vouch for you kind of and say like I've seen this person grow, like this is their skill set. And just having that person to talk to.
yeah, for sure. I've really enjoyed like sending the group referrals and trying to look for those opportunities because like yeah, it's coming firsthand from me that you all have grown so much and you're doing great. Um, okay, what was or might have been surprising or like different or helpful with working with me? And is there like anything particular with my approach or the approach of the program that really like worked for you or that clicked?
I would say I I really enjoyed how you wanted to help us and mentor us and teach us, but it really was that mentor relationship where you were trying to get us to be like the best that we could be, but you didn't like make us seem like we were less than because we were starting out. Like you just believed in us and wanted to share your knowledge. And I really appreciated that because like it's scary to admit that there's so much stuff that you don't know how to do when you're first starting out, or that like maybe your advertising tactics aren't the best, or like your brand needs a little bit of work or your website. So that stuff's scary, but you never made us feel bad about it. Like you were always just like, this is a great start. And now that we have this, we can be here, right? Like we have the capacity to do better somehow, and we'll do that together.
Oh,
So that's how I appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Okay, last question. And we've kind of already talked about it, but what would you tell someone who is thinking about signing up for group coaching or one-on-one coaching with me, just working together in a mentorship?
Do it. Invest in yourself because this is something that can become like a career for you if you really love it. But if you don't invest in yourself and become confident in your abilities, it won't be. So always invest in yourself if it's something you care about. So, yes, that's all I got to say.
Just do it in all capital letters. I love it.
Exactly. With a period right at the end.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Okay. Thank you so much for answering all of my questions. This was amazing. I'm gonna stop the recording, but we're not gonna get off the we're not